Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a few days, but the coach has been quite busy. So I have to start the live stream out with a space helmet question to all of you all. So I got into KLIP Tuesday. So really dumb question. That's why I have the space helmet out. When do we get the dividend? Because I thought if we bought in by Tuesday, we would get it, but I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the dates or anything. I've been really busy. So and it's funny because I felt like before I bought into KLIP, I was getting a lot of just really glowing reviews about the fund. Everybody was asking me to talk about it. Everybody was talking about how great it is. And since I got it, now I see like the comments have become 50-50. So I'll get to all the comments in order, or I might do reverse order because I see one here that stood out to me. So what due diligence did I do? Well, I did a whole video on it. I looked over and I did see that it's been dropping, like $1. Every time it pays a dividend, the share price basically drops. But I figured that maybe the bleeding had stymied more or less. And I figured it wouldn't be bad, at least just to scoop up one dividend and maybe get out of it. But so far, I know the dividend was great, but I haven't gotten the dividend yet. So anyway, oh, here we go. Oh, I see some new people on here. Kenosis79, I hope you subscribed. Tomorrow. Okay, cool. Well, it's already, so the whole strategy that Rob Smith talked about, it seems like it doesn't work because it already seems like the dividend discount day happened. So, the whole idea of selling out before then, I don't know, it might work for certain funds. I guess I don't know as much as I thought, even though I'm the coach. What can I say? Howdy. So yeah, what did you see that said this is the fund for me? Well, I just kept getting asked about it, and every time I would point out something against it, I would get a comment that would kind of disagree with what I was saying. And I'm like, you know what? I looked at the dividend, and what sold it for me was that it was paying a better dividend than TSLY. And I'm like, you know what? For the price, it's less than TSLY, or it's about, it was almost on par, and the dividend was better. So that's it. So roast me if you guys want to. I know this is all of a sudden like a 50-50 issue. It seemed like all of you all loved it. So anyway, okay, I'll go back to the early comments here. I just wanted to get to one that stood out. Oh yeah, you were on first. You were really waiting to grill me on KLIP, weren't you? Join Jen. KLIP looks like QYLD. Nice income, but asset erosion steadily downtrending. Juniper Blueberry says, why are we tripping about KLIP? It's down a little less after the dividend. I kind of agree. I mean, it may not be a long-term play for me. I just wanted to get at least one dividend and see what it does. Total return down 2% year to date. He could have taken his money, put it into any YieldMax fund. Well, I did that too. I put it, the funds that I sold, the meta options and whatnot, I went heavily into TSLY. I actually doubled my stake in TSLY. So, but if I'm going to be a dividend channel, if I'm going to talk about, like I'm starting to talk about KLIP more and more, and I guess I'm competing with other dividend channels now, I kind of feel like I have to put my money where my mouth is. So I didn't buy much. I'm not too worried about it. It can't be that bad. I mean, I didn't throw it away on booze, and I didn't have a huge bar tab. At least I still have the money to show. So it can't be that bad, So, all right. I'm in at 15. I'll drip my sweet Divi. Xi Jinping is my friend. Yeah, you seem like somebody that would be friends with Xi Jinping. The first thing, when I heard it was a Chinese fund, I was a little bit apprehensive, but I guess you all kept on. It's like a car salesman, but I guess like 50 of you just kept on. And finally, I can be a bit gullible. I guess I can change my mind. I don't know if you call that open-minded or what, but that's one thing about me with salespeople. Salespeople know how to keep working me. It's like a psychology thing. If you don't just scream no, they think they have an opening. So, and then if you go back and forth, it just gives them more and more of an opening. But I guess this would apply. Not that all of you all are salespeople, but I kept getting so many positive comments about it. So I'm like, it can't hurt. The dividend's coming up, and you know what? Just throw a little bit at it. But anyway, so yeah, that's my answer for you there. Hope you like that. Uh, so yeah, I answered that too. I'm still holding. I'm dripping as I feel like it will buy more shares for less, but of course, the long-term holding is a bit worrying. My calculus on it, I figured it's dropped so much based on the price that it's at now. I figured that, all right, like I said earlier, the bleeding might be stymied at this point. So, if we've dropped like $5 a share from our peak, I'm getting in now. It may stabilize or it may come back up. That's my thought process, but we'll see. I didn't put a lot in it. So, anyway. And that other channel that you all like talks about KLIP a lot too. So, and it's one of the funds that gets a ton of views. So, what can I say? How about this? My goal, if I lose money in KLIP, I'll try to hopefully offset it in ad revenue. How's that? Got to have goals, right? Other than the high option income, what are the buying points of KLIP? It's just so funny. Like you all seem like, I know there were some of you that didn't like it before, but I feel like 80% of you were all about KLIP until I bought it. And then now it's like 50-50 all of a sudden. It's really the dividend. Honestly, that's the main point. I don't know much about it. I started looking into it. I had never heard of it until you all started asking about it. So that's that. All right, and Kenosis 79. I did subscribe probably a week ago, just haven't commented yet until today. I usually miss the live streams. Cool. Well, welcome. Yeah, I'm kind of erratic with the schedule too. I wanted to churn out a couple more, but I wanted to have one yesterday, and I know I said I would, but I wasn't home, and I just ended up deleting the thread. So didn't mean to ghost anyone on that one. KLIP is primarily a Chinese internet ETF. I know I've actually said that myself. It's always about total return. Well, that's usually how I look at it. But when I started investing in stock dividends like AT&T and Verizon, it just, I moved over to ETFs because I got burned by those. So let's see. If I'm not generally bullish on the underlying, I would only short it. Good luck on KLIP. You all are funny. Oh, Queb. Well, yeah, you told me the same strategy. And I told you all Monday I was going to go in. So, look, speak about somebody and they show up. So, yeah, I'm glad you showed up here. I guess I have a bit of a bone to pick here. So, it was a theory. You're right. If the stock price will go down after the X date, I did a dividend farming on OARK, had to wait a few days, but made a sweet 750. Yeah, but didn't you say it worked for you? So, your idea, which I thought was a genius idea, I actually tried to replicate it myself. I bought in before the ex-dividend date, and I thought with some funds anyway, maybe I sound stupid, but that's why the space helmet is here. I thought you could actually get out before the dividend discount happened, and you could basically get the dividend and like have your cake and eat it too. But like with this, I see that it dropped today, which I'm assuming because the dividend's going to be paid out. So I don't know. Like I said, I learned some stuff from you all. But I thought you said that worked for you on some of them. So anyway, Parker's back on. I bought some SPYI, TSLY, OARK, TLTW, and LQDW today. I feel okay about these. Those sound good. I'm actually overdue for covering those. Anyway. This could be like the sale we got on TSLY. It could be. I mean, because I looked at it since the beginning of the year. I felt like I couldn't really go wrong with it. That was the thing. Like I said, I didn't throw it away like on a bar tab or something. I still have the money, so it can't be too bad. TSLY we're at 1685. Oh, I got a good comment. I gotta stop doing this on the phone. I'm surprised it took one of you that long to say that. But let me, instead of looking stuff up on my phone, let me just pull up Seeking Alpha here. Let's see here. Seeking Alpha. It's getting really humid here in Florida. Getting into that summertime weather. Step outside and you feel like you stepped into a pool. So, all right, let me start sharing the screen here in just a second. I'll be right back. All right, so seeking alpha. Are we ready to seek some alpha? By the way, I'm going to try to go maybe a half hour, maybe 45 minutes max. Believe it or not, I've run out of my free StreamYard credits just about. So we've got 2 days left in the month. By the way, June has been another record month for the channel. So thank you all for helping make that happen. All right, so here we go. I will try to focus and look on here instead of pulling up the phone. All right, so KLIP is down to 1852 today, down 19 cents or 1%. In the after hours, we're up 0.27 or 1.44%. But you'll notice here, since year to date, when did this go public? January 12th. Okay, so we're down about almost $7. That's a bit concerning. So $6 from the start, $7 from the peak. So, but here's the thing. You see, those of you all that love technical analysis, love support and resistance, look at this. What do you notice? It hasn't gone below 18. Now, I'm sure some of you are going to come on here and say, oh, it's about to go to 15 or whatever. I saw it on the chart. But yeah, okay, you see, basically, this would be our support level, right? $18. So it hasn't gone below that. So my theory was that, okay, it's probably not going to go below this, because every now and then I do a little bit of technical analysis myself, even though I don't fully believe in it. I do a little bit of it. It can't hurt, right? But just so you all know, I do try to do my due diligence on these funds. So I figured, all right, for maybe $1 dividend, we're getting, a cheaper price in the fund, and we're getting a decent dividend. So if you look here, let's see here, dividend history. So what most people like, what's this here? Oh, the year-to-date yield percentage is about 30%. If we look at dividend history, we've got 83 cents was declared June 27th, which is on par, actually 3 cents less than where we were last month. April was $1. March was also $1, $1.16, $1.10, $1.03. So there you go. So 83 cents is pretty good. I believe it's about a 60% yield if we calculate that out. So here's how we do that. 83 cents times 12 annualized would be 996, divided by 1852 is 54%. So you could round up to 60%. I noticed that other channel is starting to do that, so I might as well just keep up with it, because I do think that helps the views. But anyway, so that was my analysis there. Let me catch up on comments here, and then we'll look at some more stocks and whatnot. So, all right, where are we? Yeah, Queb, we'll look at that one. That's like you said, that's like the TSLY strategy. And of course, everybody wants to start texting me while I'm live streaming. So just join the live stream and comment. How about that? Okay, let's see now. This could be, yeah, see, you guys, most of you are, I don't want to say most of you, maybe 50-50, but a lot of you are still gung-ho on this. You're still bullish on it. So I thought SPYI is mostly return of capital. I have no idea. I covered it because if I start getting a lot of comments on something, I cover it. Hoffman, where income investors, Queb pay a 0% dividend. We're income investors, Queb pays. See, yeah, I agree with that. But it's just like Tesla. Tesla pays a 0% dividend too. But look at what the stock has done. So I'm not purely an income investor. I do like the stock too. Wish I would have bought some. Unfortunately, unlike some of you all on here that are loaded, I'm not always just sitting on cash to do these kinds of things. But when I clear up some money, I do it, and I try to be as authentic as I can. Like I said, all right, I've talked about KLIP quite a bit. Let me just go ahead and go all in, We'll do whatever that is for. I agree. I won't hold Queb. I'm here for those thick yields rather than stable growth. Yeah, I kind of like both, but return of capital is not making dollars until you sell. Dividend farming is great in a bullish market. Well, are we officially back in a bullish market? Return of capital is tax free too. Yeah, I don't really care about taxes. That's the thing. Maybe I'm just not, as rich as some of you all on here, but or not yet anyway. But I just, I look at it like, all right, if I have to pay tax, I have to pay tax. It is what it is. I'm not going to get hung up on minor details. Like if I make another 100,000 and I have to pay 30,000 of it, I'd still make 70,000. It's still, you know. So anyway, that's that. There's no loss until I sell either, and there's no gain until you sell either. Amazing, right? Two sides of the coin. True, no loss until sold. Return of capital is tax free because taxes have already been paid. Well, yeah, duh, right? I mean, it makes sense, but thanks for pointing that out. All right. I'm not sure why I'm drinking coffee. Do you do technical analysis on the underlying chart on any fund before you jump in? As best as I can. It's not my forte. I'm just an online influencer, What can I say? I try to know what I'm talking about, but it's inconsistent sometimes. Well, like I said, if I say something and it works out great, it was my idea. If I say it and it doesn't work, then I had nothing to do with it, right? But nothing on here is advice anyway. That's the disclaimer, like you said, disclaimer. So, all right, here's Mr. Rob Smith again. I look at the farming and it looks like most ETFs, if you could wait a few days, it almost returns to the original price so you don't lose. Oh, okay. I must have misunderstood you. I thought you had a way. To buy in and then get out before the dividend actually discounted from the price of the fund. Maybe I misunderstood. So you're saying it almost returns to the original price so you don't lose. That is true. So a stop loss at market open, you could capture some. Okay. Well, maybe I misunderstood. What's up? Yeah, welcome back. I'm getting grilled for buying KLIP. Dividend harvest by not doing auto reinvest. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. I mean, if you're not in an IRA, you have to pay tax either way, right? See, that's another thing. I'm not going to sit here and say, consult your tax advisor. I'll just flat out tell you, because not everybody has a tax advisor on speed dial. At least you have a financial coach you can come to and watch the live streams easily. But yeah, I mean, whether you reinvest it or not, I learned that the hard way, because when I first started dividend investing, I was like, wait a minute, I reinvested. I didn't touch the money, but I got to pay tax on it. It's kind of stupid. I was actually as mad as some of you all about it. I'm like, I got to pay tax on this. This doesn't seem fair. Compare it to Queb. Yes, Hoffman, that's what I'll do next. I was actually thinking about that, but got to catch up on comments here. I hear you though, Jen. Worst comes to worst, I'll just waterfall into other funds. Just don't go chasing waterfalls. Or sell with the loss eventually. It's so new though. It could climb over this next year. Either way, I guess I'll learn. That's right. Learn on the fly. Oh, good. Look who finally showed up. Martin E. First time catching a live. So I assume you're subscribed. We're starting to really grow on here. Oh, got a bunch of comments from you. Second month in TSLY. First was a test. This time I'm in 3K shares. Let's go. Yeah, let's go, right? Paying tax off of trading is fine by me. I've paid tax on jobs I haven't liked. Yeah, right? Don't we all? At least reading I love. Oh, good for you. Oh, trading. You could like reading too. I mean, I like to read. I just, where I get most of my daily reading now, because I think it wasn't my doctor, but someone told me I should read more. So I live stream and I read all your comments. So I get most of my daily reading from reading you all's comments. So good for me, huh? So trading instead of reading. But I like to believe I do like to read too. I'm literate at least, Quant has Queb as strong sell. Who cares? These analysts are wrong a lot of times. So I can't buy KLIP just yet. Well, I mean, like I said, I kind of only bought it for the dividend because I'm a dividend channel. Might as well be authentic, I figured. Martin needs that space helmet. Oh, no, you're thinking like Marvin Martian, right? Yeah. Going to the moon. One day I'll put the space helmet on. Agreed, tax doesn't deter me from trying to make more money either. I don't see the logic in that. Yeah, some people just really get hung up. What it is, Hound, it's because I think we have a lot of big money people on here. believe it or not. Like if you follow this channel for a while, you see some of the moves they talk about. You're like, wow, someone said they made 14 grand in a day. Wow. So when you're at that level, taxes do concern you more. But for me, I'm like, you know what? If I make another 100 grand and I got to pay 30,000, I net 70,000. Disclaimer: I don't typically do that in my annual trading, so I don't want anyone watching to get the wrong idea. So, like I say, anytime general public, there's varying concepts of money. So there's varying, like, somebody can think 10,000 is a ton of money. Somebody can also think, which to me, I feel like 10,000, it's nice. It's not going to get you very far. It may cover your bills for a few months, but it's not like, oh, you can retire on that. Anyway, enough said there. All right. Haha, eventually Tesla will for sure. Wait, what does dividend harvest mean? Well, the strategy that I thought Mr. Smith had mastered was to buy into a fund when it pays the dividend, basically harvest the dividend and then sell out of it. But now he's saying basically that may not work, because that's kind of what I tried to do with KLIP, and it didn't. I mean, you look at what it did today, and basically I think the dividend is discounted out of it. So, but he is right. Sometimes the dividend, once it's paid, the fund recovers immediately. So that is true. That's why you need to research the underlying. Queb will go up and thusly KLIP eventually. We'll see. Now you're coaching me. Coaching is a two-way street sometimes. Michael Orca, good evening, coach. Yeah, welcome. Okay, I think I'm all caught up on comments. Now I'll do what Hoffman said, and I'll pull up the Queb. Let's see. But if any of you don't like this because it's like a Chinese fund or something, then you probably wouldn't like Queb either. I mean, I don't care. Like I say, it's a global economy. If I don't make money from this, somebody else will, Select symbols. All right, let's see. KWEB. Anyone impressed by my technical analysis, by the way? I did a little bit of it. Did I at least get my support and resistance right? Okay. Oh, here we go. So, Queb is down less than KLIP since inception. Now, hold on a second here. Hold on. I see a flaw in the theory. If Queb is the Tesla to KLIP's TSLY, oh, never mind. Disregard that. I had them mixed up. All right. So Queb has been around, you see, since, well, I don't know how long it's been around. Oh, this is stupid. I'm not paying for a membership here. I'm stubborn. That's another thing. Everybody starts thinking like, oh, just pay this, pay that. Oh, you make money, just pay this, pay that. You got to rein it in sometimes, really. All right, so I'm seeing Queb goes way back, but okay. This makes sense now. Just like TSLY just became a thing. I have another space helmet question for the audience. What company, and I can probably see this on here, but it's just easier to ask, instead of reading, it's just easier to ask all of you all, right? What company, so we know YieldMax does TSLY and the others. So what company does KLIP? And I probably know it, but I just want you all to answer. So, all right, here is since January 12th, when it looks like this one went public. They are pretty closely mirroring each other, actually. So this is better than Tesla versus TSLY, if you ask me. As of here, one is down 20% versus 6%. And if we go to like a month out, see, they're not too far off, actually. So this is better than the difference between TSLY and Tesla. So, all right, I'm sure I have another batch of comments here to read. Let's see what all of you all have said here. Kenosis79, getting a lot of people in the audience with in the number 70s in their name here. If we know KLIP will drop after the dividend, but then usually recover in a few days, wouldn't it be a good time to buy in more right after the dividend? Well, the objective, you want to get the dividend too, right? That's the whole objective. Like, I would never hold this fund if it didn't pay a dividend. So, all right. Oh, you know what? I knew that was a dumb question. I just got an answer to it down here. But Wouldn't it be a good time to buy in more right after the dividend, make a couple extra percent on the recovery? I'm not sure exactly what you mean. I, like I said, I want it for the dividend, and who knows if it's going to recover or not. So look at the holdings. They are the best Chinese stocks. China's just beat down at the moment. Well, China's going to come back one day. Just do year to date. Yeah, I did that. Crane shares. Yeah, that's what it is. Crane shares. So Crane shares is the company. Then I wonder who the fund manager is. Currently down $100 on KLIP, but receiving 1,100 tomorrow. Nice. So you know what? I'll try to do a live stream tomorrow. I know it's a Friday, but it's the end of June. Also, I want to cap off this month on a good note because the funny thing is, my first year being a monetized channel, you have to meet the 4,000 watch hours as a YouTuber. It took me the whole year to do that. My first year. And guess what? Since then, within like 1 month, I met the watch hours. So June has been a great month for the channel. I wish the CPM rates were what they used to be back in like 2020, but that's another story. So anyway, long story short, I'll try to do a live stream tomorrow to cap off the month. Yes, buying after the dividend is usually good because the stock drops by the amount of the dividend. So there's no way to get the dividend and buy at a discount. I didn't think there was. You usually can't have your cake and eat it too. Queb is their signature fund, like their stock basically. Crane shares. I know I'm not first, but at least I tried. Well, that's good. I actually saw yours. I was looking at the bottom there. I saw it come across. Crane shares does Queb too. Odd they do both. Live stream happy hour. Yeah, can we show? I may test out YouTube here. Can we show alcoholic beverages on here? I mean, if worse comes to worse, I just put them in something like this, which I can't say I haven't done before. You know, nah, I wouldn't do that. You all know me better than that. So, all right. They are selling a CC fund on their own. Yeah, for tomorrow for happy hour, super chats will be a $5 super chat. You can pay $4 for a $5 super chat, so it'll be discounted 80%, or I mean a 20% discount, right? They are selling a covered call fund on their own fund. Yeah, that sounds right. Clip managers James Mond and Jonathan Shelton. So, anyone in the audience happen to know these people? If so, get them on because we've already had that happen once with Jay from YieldMax. Fortunately for me, one of my subscribers talks to Jay very often, so that worked out great. But if anybody else talks to any of these other fund managers, by all means, get them on. And I have to say, I was really moved, to get a fund manager on this channel. That was really cool. First, the only YouTube channel that he's come on live, and it went really well. I actually made that the channel trailer. If you look at it, I finally replaced a video I put out like when I first started the channel. So anyway, YTSL is a good complement to TSLY. It's a Canadian fund, holds shares of Tesla, so it's correlated more than TSLY with a steady 30-cent monthly dividend. Not as incredible of a return as TSLY, but doing both. Oh, okay. Well, good to know. Beto, yeah, I need to do. You know what I need to do instead of going for like an hour? I need to do shorter live streams and then just cover like one or two funds. And I may try to just do them more frequently. I need to mimic my competition, who is really growing fast on here. So that'll be the goal for the month of July. How about that? Maybe I'll try to get. Well, I was doing daily, but I wasn't doing it. I was doing like every other day, but we'll see. Because I get so many hours from StreamYard. So I may try to go, let me know what you all think. If I go more frequent live streams, less duration, versus less live streams, longer duration, let me know your preference. Yes, I've still got to do that one too. Hey, that would be cool. Just like a professional fund manager. The THB rating system, right? But I do want to cover Beto also. Actually, we can take a side detour here and just look at that for a second. Let's see, Beto. Pro shares. Oh, the same company that does the UPro. All right, let me put the space helmet away. I sense there won't be any more dumb questions tonight. Don't tell me I'm getting my hopes up. So, all right, Beto is 17.19 or 30 cents, up 1.78%. 37%. Now, let me ask you all right, what are your thoughts on getting this instead of buying Bitcoin? Is this is this a so ProShares does levered ETFs. So explain to me, is this like a levered ETF, just like UPRO or TQQQ? Which, by the way, I did get into TQQQ, and that one, the option strategy that I mentioned about a week or so ago, that one's actually doing really well. So definitely happy about that. And let's see. Um, so let me know in the comments for sure. All right. So, because Bitcoin, we have what's called the Bitcoin halving coming up next year. It gets cut in half. So, I think it's a good time to dollar cost average. And I think a fund like this may actually be better. So, let me know you all's thoughts on that because I'm keenly interested in that for sure. So, all right. And like I said, I'm not going to go a full hour this evening, but yes, need to do that. Less ADHD. I'm working on that. Do Canadian ETFs take out dollars when a US investor sells? I have no idea. Oh, he wants me to vlog myself 24/7. I don't know, you may see some things you don't want to see. If I was a huge, huge channel, I might consider that. Or I could start an OnlyFans page. Anyway, that's a funny suggestion. Does KLIP take out a Chinese surcharge when an American investor sells, like an ADR, American Depository Receipt? I'm not sure, but somebody answer my question on Beto. Is Beto like a levered Bitcoin? Here, let me pull it up here. Let me look. Let's see. Stop the share. If it's a levered Bitcoin fund, I'll just buy this instead of buying Bitcoin. Just sounds a lot better. All right, I'll be right back. I got my AC on in here, but since I came back from the gym, the sweat's just like pouring down. Anyway, all right. Beto versus Bitcoin. ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF has a higher volatility of 11.4% compared to Bitcoin at 10.13%. Oh, that's not too bad. This indicates Beto's price experiences larger fluctuations and is considered to be riskier than BTC based on its measure. Here's the thing with that. Okay, so when we're in a bull market and the price fluctuates more, it's going to go up higher. So that's my thought on that. All right, we got more comments here. Beto is a Bitcoin. Well, I know that. I'm just trying to figure out how leveraged it is. Hey, I have to do what I have to do to put up with all of you all. What can I say? Okay. I honestly, I don't think the channel's big enough for YouTube to care. Like if I had alcohol on here or whatever. Not that I would do that, but yeah. Okay, we got to that one. Yes, let's get a day in the life vlog. Well, the funny thing, I don't know how far all of you all go back in the history of this channel. But I feel like I used to put a lot more effort into my videos. Like I used to, when I would travel around, I would take like scenic videos, like in the mountains and stuff like that. Like I filmed a video on Mount Shasta, actually, near where my cousin lives. And those just didn't do as well because I just wasn't getting the audience then that I am now. Um, but based on my analytics, I only see like the only videos that will get views are basically these videos. So even though I have like 300 videos on this channel, the ones that are like go way, way, way back get like no views. So like of the videos I have on here, I feel like only maybe 10 or 15% of them actually get views at this point. So there's a lot of material on the channel that's just like dead material, I guess. I mean, I've talked about stuff like budgeting, compound interest, different stocks that I've done great in over the years. Like I've talked about all kinds of stuff, but until I started talking about dividends, I didn't get the audience I get. So, but it would be interesting. I would like to get to the point of, doing some other things, some other backdrops. And when I travel, which I'll be doing next month, Who knows? I may get another one out. Like I tried to do a creative video. I hiked a mountain and I was like, all right, talking about 401ks and stuff. The 401k is like it was kind of cheesy, but it's like 401k, like, you're climbing a mountain financially. And it was a great backdrop, it really was. But as far as views, not so great. But me standing here with this, 700 views a video, So, all right. On Seeking Alpha, pull up TQQQ and QQQ, compare the highs and lows of each. Good suggestion, I'll do that. The leverage erosion is harsh on TQQQ. Leveraged funds are not for long-term holds. Well, I like to do options on them because I know there's a ton of volatility, but when that thing goes up, you do great, just like I've been doing with the UPRO. If you want BTC, it seems BITO is a good way to do it. I'll address that one already. I've never messed with leveraged. I just use margin also, so I keep my distance. Go to the top of the mountain and talk to us about YieldMax funds. You'll get your views. It's funny because I did that when this was last year. I was in a suburb of LA basically, and there's like a mountain behind a bunch of neighborhoods and stuff. But what'll end up happening, I can see some of the houses, they'll be like, what's this crazy guy doing up here on the mountain? What's he talking about? YieldMax and stuff. But I'll probably try to do that again. We will see. We will see. There are some locations I would like to get. And when I was at my cousin's, I got some videos out there in the mountains. But there are some locations I would definitely like to get a video at. So yeah, especially when AMZY launches. They have me stalking the market. Yeah, what I thought Jay did say, by the way, we do have an email thread going behind the scenes. He did say July. It's going to be some point in July now. Wow, such a small world. So we have someone else on here that lives near Mount Shasta, which, a few people have been there. And you just skied Mount Shasta. Did you run into any of what do they call them, the Lumerians? There's definitely something going on there, but they didn't get me because I'm still here. So I didn't see any of them. I just hold Bitcoin itself. I've never considered an alternative for exposure. I think I might do that. Oh, Hound, are you from California? It's going to be 110 this weekend here in Central California. My evaporative cooler is really only good up to 95 degrees. Taking a cool shower every 30 minutes helps. Every 30 minutes, that's too often. Although some of the water is so bad in some of these places, you might need to do that. But anyway, that's funny. I get a lot of people from California on here. Just funny how that works. I actually visit there a lot. Look for AMZY on the 5th. Well, I think that's what Jay said. So after 4th of July, that's good. Mendocino County, lots of aliens, man. Yeah, I can believe it. I can believe it. Maybe we'll get one on the channel one day, interview them. Maybe if they can see the future, they could help us with our investing strategy. Hoffman, I appreciate that. I will. I check daily and a few times a day. All right. So we've been going about 40 minutes. Does anyone have anything else? Oh, let me get to Hoffman's request here. See, I remembered. Let me go back to Seeking Alpha, and we'll pull this up here. Let's see. Oh, I closed a bunch of this stuff out. Huh, that's weird. Chrome remembers my closed tabs here. Oh, check this out. All right, let's do a screen share again. Notice I'm getting away from Yahoo Finance, right? Wow, 46 of you on. Oh, we're gaining more. That means I have to keep going. I got to see when my hours reset on here. All right, let's see now. All right, so, oh, look here. So look at all the funds I'm tracking: SVOL, S&P 500, SPYI, KLIP, TSLY. This was a search that I had saved. All right, so let me go back to, TQQQ versus just the QQQ. So this one is 39.23. After hours, 39.34. All right, now, luckily I remember how to do this, right? I'm getting to be good at this, huh? Charting, or so I thought. Oh, select symbols, QQQ, update chart. All right, look at this. Look at this. So, yeah, what Hoffman said is exactly right. The volatility, you see bigger upswings but bigger downturns as well. But here's the thing, Hoffman, twice on this chart, you would have hit the jackpot with options trading. See, from July 15th here. So you hold a leap, you wait for it to do something like that, and then boom, you sell it. You see? And then same thing here, which I wish I would have got in here. I got in a couple weeks ago. Actually, around here would have been a great time. Yeah, I got in, let's see, got in here, and then we shot up here. So see, that would have been a great time. Of course, you probably wanted to sell right there. But yeah, you get the idea. The volatility with options can produce a lot of wild swings against you, but in your favor as well. All right, let's see. Oh, look who showed up. Look who's late. You're late. I was almost done, but I was waiting for you to show up. Yeah, let's go, right? Is SVOL even worth it in the face of these bigger yields and YieldMax funds? I'm actually thinking about getting out of it, believe it or not. When it's hot AF, we won't spell out the AF. Just a quick 2-minute rinse every half hour helps a lot. I don't soap up every time or anything. Oh, well, thanks. Good to know. I will tell you, though, California's not hot like it is here in Florida. I mean, it's a desert heat. It does get cool at night. But here, it's just like you feel like you're in the shower all day, but you're not clean because it's just the sweat's just pouring off of you. All right. Yeah, SVOL is steady, but I don't know. I might sell. Golf dividend in the AM should get 1,034. Look at you rolling. Looked at Beto site, not leverage, done through futures. Oh, okay. Can we just get in without having futures approval? If you pick the right strike and expo, well, that's the trick. But well, no, it's worked out for me. I know it's risky, but it's worked out for me. I've been doing it with UPro throughout the year. Granted, some of my other ones have blown up in my face, but with that one, it's worked out really well. And what I look at, all right, if you time, so if the S&P, if you believe by next year the S&P is going to be up 20 or 30%, which it very well could be, and you get into UPro 10 contracts, you get a leap, and then the S&P goes up by that much, forget all the volatility and the leverage and all that. You're going to shoot up even faster. That's the kind of jackpot I'm trying to hit. So that's that. Is Walgreens the next BBBY? I would hope not. Walgreens was one of the 11 good to great companies. I would certainly hope not. Oh, okay. On vacation, allowed to be late. I'll try to be getting some vacation coming up here soon. Do you hold SCHD with all the hype around it? No, that's another one you all have tried to talk me into for about a year, and I've never got on because I'm just not impressed with the return. I know it's total return, but the dividend just doesn't impress me. I have covered it, but the dividend just doesn't impress me. You can't complain about steady 20% yield on SVOL. Well, I'm not complaining. I just know there's better to be had. That's all. Not to get greedy or anything. Didn't they cut the dividend of SCHD? I think so, and I agree here. It's kind of like boring. I know it's total return and whatnot, but I just like these YieldMax dividends that we're getting. So, all right, what else do y'all have for me? All right. Oh, I was waiting for you to show up. Thank you for joining. I've been waiting for you. Beto is great. Also, Maxi has some decent dividends. Are they like maximum dividends, given that name? By the way, I would try to read your name, but I'll pass. Anyway, that's cool that you. I didn't know that it allows that font. That's really cool. Anyway, so Maxi, what's Maxi? Some good questions coming up after this, but let me just look this up here. Look at you all trying to keep me going. Maxi, Simplify Bitcoin Strategy Plus Income ETF. There are so many of these funds that I've just never heard of. All right, add another one to the list. I'll be at 1,000 pretty soon. Okay. Oh, good question here, Big Lance. What's your overall dividend goal before quitting your job? Well, it depends. At least 50,000. I'd like more, but at least 50,000. But it would be nice. It would be nice to just have that rolling for a couple of years and keep working. Because my thing, it's tricky, like with health insurance and whatnot. Like you're going to spend a lot of money on insurance if you don't work. So you've got to factor things like that in too. So 50,000 only goes so far, especially with inflation and whatnot. So it would be nice to keep working as long as I can, get dividends. Like it would be nice to have like 5 different, solid streams of income. I have some of that now, but I mean, they don't pay a lot. I mean, like this channel, it's a stream of income, but it's like drinking money, really. Um, all right. So yeah, that's what between 50 and 100,000. SCHD dropped because of low volatility. Oh, okay. Yeah, 50 is about right. Oh, that's Korean. Okay. I wouldn't have guessed on my first guess, maybe my second guess, but welcome. Hope you subscribed. Do you play Mara or Riot for Bitcoin exposure? No, I don't. I don't do much with crypto. It's a Bitcoin ETF. Dang, might be time to leave SCHD in the coffin. Does UPRO pay a high dividend? Oh, I've talked about UPRO is not a dividend play. UPRO is strictly making money quick play. It's an option play. So the idea behind UPRO, so UPRO is a 3 times levered S&P 500 index fund or ETF, right? So it's pro shares, the same one that does BETO. And TQQQ is the same way here. God, I just got like a stomach pain or something. I don't know what the heck I ate. Anyway, so the strategy with UPRO is that so it's a 3 times levered ETF, and then if you buy like 10 option contracts on it, you're gonna have a massive gain. Like I was just explaining about 5 or 10 minutes ago, if the S&P 500 is going to go up by 2024, say it's going to go up between 20 and 30%, you're going to have a massive, massive gain if you buy 10 contracts of the UPRO. And I've been doing this throughout the year, actually, but I've kind of gotten cold feet and I've sold out of it. Like once it goes up a lot, I'm like, all right, sell it there, make $1,000 here, $1,000 there. But if you can sustain the strategy and get the 10 contracts, LEAP options, hold them for maybe 6 months to a year, and then the S&P goes up, you're going to have a massive gain. And I'm still working on those. Think or Swim. I got to test that out on the web version too. But yeah, so that's the idea with UPRO. BNDD pays 39.53. Don't know anything about it. Well, you know that much, right? Let's look this one up. BNDD. Quadratic deflation ETF. Why are we investing in deflation ETFs when we have inflation? You'll have to riddle me that one. 40%. Okay, so you're close. You probably looked at it today. 40%. That's BNDD. For the person that gets mad that I do everything on my phone, that's BNDD, Quadratic Deflation ETF. All right, I'm gonna go about 2 more minutes here, and I gotta take care of something. But okay, that one looks good, 40%. Yes, they do the futures part. It's just an EFT. It has options, so I'm selling puts to get a position at $16 of what? Of BETO. If you quit your job, had 100,000 in dividends, how would you deal with price erosion over time to prevent that or protect it? Price erosion of what? The underlying? Well, I mean, that's a good question, but I would hope that, I mean, ideally, I would be in funds that don't drop too much. And yeah, like Hoffman said, just have a plan with ins and outs. Exactly. Take profits, scale out accordingly. I would be looking at it. Of course, if I'm retired, I'm going to have way more time to look at it anyway. You can only spend so much time golfing and whatnot. Although I do know of a lot of people that retire and somehow they get busier than when they were working. So I've never quite figured that one out, but hopefully that doesn't happen to me. I appreciate the explanation. Yeah, just watch my other videos on that. I still haven't traded a single option. Yeah, once you do, you'll get hooked. Once you get a big gain in one, you'll get hooked. It'll be like your first time, I just looked up Maxi. That growth is nice. Might have to long-term hold that. Oh, see, there we go. Here's one right here. You're retired and you're busier. Somehow that happens. Lance, the super high dividend payers may have NAV erosion, but most remain level or like JEPQ. Appreciate. Oh, okay. The super high dividend payers may have net asset value. Oh, yeah, we see that a lot. All right, never use all your income. Keep reinvesting your entire life. That's what I would do too. I wouldn't. If I make 50 to 100,000, I don't need to spend all of that. See, that's where the rich versus poor mindset comes in. Poor people think, oh, I make this, I can just spend it. I don't need to bother investing. And oh, let me mock that guy that is good with his money. You know, that's how the mindset works, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Save a portion of it, even when you're set like that. And I know they say how much is enough, but you want to, when you start to get the bigger picture of money, when you start to see things, the bigger picture, right? You want to keep your positions solidified, you know. So anyway, with that, if you have 100,000, reinvest 20 or more. That's absolutely what I would do too. 20%, reinvest 20 and live off the rest. You're still going to do really well with that. Stock market. Good points, Robert and Jen. Thank you. All right, you all. Sorry to be a party pooper, but I got to end it there. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to do my best to be back tomorrow with a cap, month end cap, and we'll have a lot of fun. We'll go over our KLIP dividends and we'll have a lot of fun. All right. Thank you all. Take care. Have a good evening. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Reinvest 20 or more. Yeah, but anyway, all right, you all. Take care. See you on the flip side.